and welcome to day 14 of my video holiday. Today I am going to do the first time tag. Now this is a tag that has been going around YouTube for a couple of weeks now, and it started off with Louise, I think, Sprinkle of Glitter, and then some other YouTubers did it and I thought I'd give it a go as well. So I made a list of some first times that I'm going to take you through, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's start off with my first kiss. My first kiss happened when I was 16 years old, and it happened with my ex-boyfriend in front of my house, and it was the beginning of our relationship. And we were standing in front of my house and we were just staring at each other, and then he asked who of the two would pop the question, and then I kissed him as an answer. The first time I ever drank alcohol was on my 16th birthday party. This was a few weeks after I turned 16. Here in the Netherlands you're legal to drink when you're 16, so perfectly legal. And I drank Smirnoff Ice, because that's what you do when you're 16, and I think we all had one glass and felt very, very adult and sophisticated. My first boyfriend was the same guy that I shared my first kiss with. We got together when I was 16, he was 17. And we've been together for almost 2.5 years, and then he broke up with me, and I haven't had a boyfriend since, but that was my first boyfriend, and I had some really great times with him, and a pretty long relationship, you'd say. My first pet was a cat. I've only ever had cats, and this cat's name was Max, and she already lived with my parents for quite some years when I was born, and when I was 3 she passed away when she was probably around 11 years old. We've never been sure, because we got her from the pound, so we're not sure how old she is exactly, but she probably was pretty old. And after that we got Neeltje, who is still wandering around here. My first word was koop. This is spelled K-O-O-P, and it's the Dutch word for buy. But what I was actually trying to say was knoop, K-N-O-O-P, being a button on your shirt. But because I couldn't say the N yet, I said koop, and that was my first word. And then apparently everything with a K was easy for me to say. The first concert that I ever went to was from K3. Now this band is from Belgium. Well, this trio is from Belgium. And they're pretty famous in the Netherlands and Belgium. Yeah, don't have a lot to say about that, just children's music, wouldn't recommend it to anyone, but hey, for a 5-year-old child, pretty much a lot of fun. My first job was at a shop here in the Netherlands named the HEMA. I was working at the fashion department. Now, the HEMA doesn't sell very fashionable clothes, but I was working at that department, so that basically meant hanging clothes, mostly putting away the socks, and putting away the makeup. Now I was 15 at the time, so I couldn't yet operate a cash register, which was probably my luck, because I've heard that some people who could operate a cash register would be there every day for the whole day, and they only needed me 3 hours a day, because the only thing I could do was put things on the shelves, which I did not like. I hated my job at the HEMA. Not because what I was doing was so extremely stupid, but because the woman who was usually with me was horrible. She was this probably 50-year-old woman who had been working at the HEMA for her whole life and was kind of grumpy, and I didn't really enjoy working with her, even though my other colleagues were pretty nice and the work wasn't that bad. But she kind of drove me crazy. I left that job. This was meant to be a summer job, and I happily left after 7 weeks of summer holiday. And that was it for my first times. Maybe if I come up with more, I'll make an extra video about this. But for today, this is it. I'll see you guys tomorrow when I'll be in The Hague, so I'll hopefully vlog my trip to The Hague. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!